Man. I'm feeling it, that loud pack. I'm feeling it, that Molly World.
Welcome to Gutha Vizion, sponsored by Gutha Juice, Gutha Wear, you know what I'm saying? Right now we got you with Big Smooth, you know what I'm saying? Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Good afternoon, crew world. I am Big Smooth the General. That's Rockboy Smooth, aka Big Smooth the Bandit, Big Smooth the Movie, PAP, Pennsylvania Avenue Punisher. I got a whole lot of handles, man, but Big Smooth to you.
All right. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
With the music scene from north to south, cause you done traveled and did your thing. Mm-hmm. How you feel about how everything going? Problems, the pros and the cons that you done experience.
Oh man, you mean like regionally or just overall? Overall, I feel like overall the rap game is at a standstill. I don't see any substance. I definitely don't hear any lyrics, no profound lyrics. I hear a lot of redundant shit, people saying the same thing.
Repeated, yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's the king of this and the queen of that, and I don't hear no authenticity in these raps, bro. Like, I used to be able to pick up an album and, just through that album, figure out who this artist is, the content of their character and where they come from, and, their background and shit like that. But everything's so fabricated now. It's just fictional. I might as well pick up some Harry Potter shit and read it, you know what I mean? But it's fickle, man. But there is a silver lining because now you're starting to see, where people are starting to tire of that, and it's bringing a lot of artists back to the rap game because they see how sweet it is. These guys get millions of dollars to talk about nothing, so let me come back with some content and cut into their pay. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. To me, rap doesn't have no age or no time limit like a lot of people try. I think a lot of people try to put that stigma in the game to keep them safe. You know what I'm saying?
Stop it when you're a certain age.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't exist in any other genre, so why should it exist in rap? And it's gonna keep niggas honest, in my opinion, because if I gotta go toe to toe with a Cameron or a Mace or a Beanie Siegel and a Jay-Z because they still choosing to dip their toes in their game, then that's gonna make me step up my level.
Yeah, get them bars up.
Yeah, pick up a book and read it, motherfucker, like something.
I feel you on that one. You got any albums or singles that you got coming out or that's already out?
I definitely do, man. Like I said, I've been here, bro. I've been here grinding with this music thing. I love this music thing, but I have Pennsylvania Avenue Punisher, PAP, which is a Rockboy Sony Orchard production, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to DR Period, Fly Tire, Rockboy Records. I have PAP, which is Pennsylvania Avenue Punisher, and Curse of the Capitol Hill, which is my 2 EPs that I released through the Rockboy engine since I've been affiliated with them.
Okay.
I also have my first EP that I produced myself with my home team, which is HMG Global. Shout out to HMG Global, all my good goons at home, which is called, that's fucked up. I had a brain fart, but it's called The Rise of a General, man. And that was to me, it was my most profound work because it was my introduction and my coming of age all in my first CD. You know what I'm saying? You saw my growth all in my first CD, and then it transcended to, a more northern and lyrical aspect once I started touching down with the Rockboy engine. So those are my releases, my EPs that I have out so far, and I got a few singles dangling here and there. Shake That, which is a single I just released not too long ago through Rockboy Records. I also have, I got a few singles.
I see you mentioned Rockboy. Tell a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. So the whole Rockboy family and Rockboy situation came about through a chance encounter from a party that we threw in D.C. DC is very big in the go-go scene, the go-go culture. It's like our staple, that's our bloodline, that's our DNA. So we basically had a go-go with one of DC's top premier bands, which is Backyard Band. Shout out to Big G. A lot of y'all know him as Slim Charles from The Wire, but we know him. We love him as Big G and One Glover. So we had a party where Backyard performed. We also brought down AZ and Flat Tire, DL Period, and the Rockboy G. So I actually got to perform in front of my home crowd for the first time. That was one of the largest crowds I performed in to date. And, you know, Ty basically liked the way I handled myself. He liked the way I made sure everybody got paid, regardless of the problems I had with the promotion and getting paid. But that's a whole nother story because, you know, that had to get handled the smooth way. And we ain't going to talk about that and sit here and incriminate myself. But, yeah, he liked the way I handled the situation. I made sure everybody that needed to get taken care of got taken care of because Snoop came down from The Wire also. Oh, word. So I had to make sure she was straight, and regardless of what you heard, I funded that whole shit. I didn't get my returns, but I funded that whole shit. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying?
So I got a little pause, had to look at the camera like, yeah.
Because it's some fun, man. Y'all promoters need to stop what y'all doing, man. Especially when y'all come across real dudes. I know a lot of these dudes claim to be who they are, but some of us, I'm really him.
Speaking of that right there,
I'm really him.
You don't bought that one up. Your little performance out there in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Tell us a little something about that. How you feel about the event, the venue, and just tell us a little bit about it. Just a little bit.
So that was me just trying to stay grounded, and one of my main focuses was to get back home and reconnect with my home turf, Raeford, North Carolina. Shout out to Bucktown, Whole 47 in this bitch. But yeah, man, it was just about reconnecting with the hometown artists, the hometown promoters, and once I did the 47 festival, shout out to Gutha, shout out to Sean for putting that whole vision and platform together. But so once I did that, that brought me a few connections, and a couple of people liked my act and invited me to do some shows. So I did a couple of shows with the Carolina Plug, shout out to Mello, and he brought me down to Luray for the Black Bike Week. And put it like this, if everything would have went the way it was planned and the way it was supposed to go, it would have been a beautiful thing. But as always with these lower level promotions and these lower level showcases, it's always some fuckery. It's always some undercover shit going on. Somebody paying this promoter, or this promoter knows this rapper, and so, you know, the time slots were all mixed up and jumbled, and, you know, he was shuffling people flash drives around, so people didn't get to perform, and some people perform outside of their time slot. So it kind of reverted me back to the old me for a second. I cussed the DJ out, and, you know, I was about ready to flip his table over. I had people ready to go, and once I saw that it wasn't just my people, it was other rappers and other entities like ready to follow my lead. So I had to step back. I had to get back into my big smooth character and realize, like, I carry a lot of influence whether I know it or not. And it doesn't take long to take hold of people. So I calm the situation down. I put them in check. And, you know, we did what we came to do. And we gonna make the best out of it. But like I said, y'all promoters, y'all DJs, man, stand 10 toes on what you doing, man. Ain't nobody money no greener than the others. Ain't nobody got more influence than the others. We all working to get to the same level, man. We gonna remember that once we top this mountain. We gonna remember the people we had to step on to get to the top.
I also want to ask you, you know what I'm saying? You in the book, know what I mean? And we represent, you know what I'm saying, the 47 Festival. So how was your experience out there? You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that we talked about behind the scenes and everything. So go ahead and let the people know, you know what I'm saying? Because next year we got another.
Now, see, that is the epitome of what organized promotion and function was supposed to be like everything ran smoothly from the moment we checked in as artists to them getting us situated where we were supposed to be at, the crowd control, the vibe, the venues, the vendors, the interviews, the performance slots, the talent that was on hand, everybody gelling and vibing, man. And for me, it was surreal because I never had a chance to do anything in my hometown. You know what I mean? And I always call myself a tale of the two towers, kind of like the Lord of the Rings series, because everything with me always came in twos. Like I was born in Raeford, but I'm a DC native. You know what I mean? My mother came down here. She's a single mother. She had me back here at home before she moved back home. So I was born in Raeford, raised in DC, even though I had to come back to Raeford because I was a problem child. So, they kicked me out of, 4th and 5th grade. I had to come down here and do 4th and 5th grade. Shout out to South Hope and, Hawkeye Elementary School. So, man, I'm a tale of two towers. I'm a Raeford baby, and I'm also a DC native. You know what I'm saying? When we break it down to the DC scene, I was raised uptown. I always tell people, uptown made me, but the south side, no. Uptown raised me, but the south side made me. Okay. So it's always two sides of the coin with me, man.
Yeah, I know people wondering from the accent, talking about he ain't from Raeford, but you never know who's from Raeford.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't know him,
I'm from
don't
the
mean
road.
he ain't from here.
I'm from the road, Blue Springs Road, Raeford, North Carolina, or if you want to go by the county lines, it's Red Springs, but us, we in South Hope. Y'all know what's up with us, man. Stop playing. We ain't even gonna do that. Moving on. Next question. Next question.
Man, I enjoy it, man. Every time I talk with you, I swear I enjoy it, man. You always lighten it up and you give me, information. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff that I don't know about, and you enlighten it. You know what I'm saying? We're making stuff better and give me, to make that light bulb come on sometimes, you know what I'm saying, for me to better myself. You know what I mean?
I gotta give it right back to you because that comes from talking to a real nigga. You know what I mean? You have real conversations with real niggas, man.
And one thing I had talked with you about, we were chilling. And I want to say this to the last part of it, you know what I'm saying? When you were talking about the age and how people, you know what I'm saying, act and the stuff about that right there. And when we were talking, you know what I'm saying, like when you were telling me about you and your music and why you still go hard forward, you know what I'm saying, on some real shit, it was kind of emotional, and I felt that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want you to let them know.
Okay, so for everybody that don't know, and I ain't gonna give you full disclosure of my age and all that, but let's just say I'm seasoned, and I've been chasing this dream of mine for a while. And back in 2015, I actually had a pending deal with Polo the Don. This was around the time he was pushing designer, and we was going through that whole panda, epidemic and everything. So I actually went up there to a Def Jam showcase, and I impressed the man so much that, he just wanted me to go home and polish off a few things, and then I was supposed to meet up back with them right before his infamous Source Awards and Soul Train Awards from that year when he came through the crowd with the shirt off his panda shit. Yeah, so I was actually supposed to meet up with them, and he wanted to introduce me as a part of the entourage, and then subsequently I was going to end up opening up for him for the rest of the leg of his tour before we went through my full Def Jam deal, because at this time he had left Rockefeller and he went back to Def Jam because they was trying to reassert their dominance in the hip-hop. So I would have been at the forefront of that by his vision and by my vision and my aspirations, but sadly to say, I'm always remiss to bring this up, but like I said, when I have real conversations with real dudes, things just come up.
Yeah. This
is the same year, I'm going to give y'all the time frame, this is the same year I lost my mom. So I went up there, did the Def Jam interview, and I never forget it. It was October the 16th, which was also the day my mother relocated back home. See, I was going to come meet her back home. You niggas get rich, you take care of your people, man. So I was going to meet Moms back home. This was the weekend of October the 16th. I got the good news. I called her, told her about the good news. We both was excited and everything. And as I'm prepping myself to get ready to go meet back up with Polo the Don and kick everything off, my mom passed away the very next month on November the 22nd, right before Thanksgiving. So needless to say, man, I was bruised way beyond compare, way beyond anything I could ever imagine. I completely shut down. I lost all my contacts. I fell out of favor. Not out of favor, but I really just lost contact because there was no communication with me and Polo at this point. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get everything together. You know, and like I said, my feelings was hurt. Anybody that went through that, you know, it's a different level of pain.
You
so,
don't even think about nothing else.
Nah. Right. So at that moment, you know, rap, I was always the top dog in whatever I did, from the street level to the music and the people I was affiliated with. So I had nobody to push me through it. You know what I'm saying? I had nobody to say, you know what, in honor of your mother, instead of falling back and playing on your feelings, let's honor her, let's push through it, let's complete the mission. So, you know, I kind of let my emotions get the best of me at that point, and I fell back. And the biggest thing to me, in my eyes, was, let's get your kids' situation. Your mother lived for her kids and set y'all up for life after her. You need to do the same. I retired from the streets. I retired with the money I had. Built a big house in North Carolina, and I moved on back home. Took my kids, moved on back home to Graceland, man. I always called Raeford, North Carolina, Graceland. It was my safe haven, you know what I mean? So moved back home. Took the time it took me to get out my feelings, get my kids settled, and then it still felt like something was missing. You know, I'm doing all the right shit. I got everything most motherfuckers can pray for. I got 2 homes, property, kids in school doing well, which are both in college right now. Shout out to my
congratulations.
Shout out to
my man did his thing on that one, bro. Remember he said, boy, I gotta take our work. Gotta go out here and get prom. You had to go ahead and get your daughter hair did and all that. I said, okay.
Yeah, so daughter's gonna be attending Fayetteville State. My son is the starting defensive tackle at Methodist University. So I did everything I was supposed to do. I did everything I was supposed to do, man. But needless to say, it's still a part of me missing. The biggest part of me, short of my family, was missing. And once I got out of my way and I cleared my thoughts, I knew it was my music. So I plugged back in to my Rockboy family, and shout out to Rockboy, because through this whole process, even though I had just started being affiliated with them, they stayed in touch. And no lie, these dudes get my love and admiration to this day because they played that part that I was missing in the beginning. And had they come into the picture sooner, I probably would have pushed through that and got the Polo the Don deal. But nevertheless, everything happens in God's time and in God's favor. Here I am now. I'm back on the scene. Like I said, I got plenty of EPs out there floating around. I got plenty of singles out there floating around. Clan Up is another single I got out there floating around. Spotlight is another single I got out there floating around. So I got music, man. Google me, Rockboy Records, Rockboy Smooth.
Spell it out for him.
ROCKBOY, Rockboy Records. And also Big Smooth, that's BIGSMOOTH, the General, not the THE, General, on everything, man. Social media, you can Google me actually, and you know, my videos and things of that nature come up. But I just had to get back to being me, man, and lo and behold, it landed me back home in the company of you good brothers. And my city had been moving the whole time in my absence, which was a beautiful thing to see. So it was just plugging in with the right group of people. And when I met these 4-7 guys, man, I swear my hand to God, I'm not just saying this because this dude's sitting right here beside me. It kind of felt like if I had never left, this is where I would have landed anyway. We all would have been going to the same school, same age range, same everything, you know what I'm saying? And the way they move and the way they conduct business is what attracted me to them in the first place before I ever decided to deal with them. So, you know, like it all happens the way it happens for a reason, bro.
God always brings you back and put you in good hands, man.
Yes, sir.
When people doing everything they supposed to do and they do it, you know what I'm saying, off the love of it, and not trying to get something off of it, you know what I'm saying? It always builds up and go.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, blessing to meet you too, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
Man, here we are, man. I'm looking at this new horizon. I feel good about the position I'm in and the way I'm moving and the people I'm moving with. So, North Carolina, South Carolina, Midwest, everybody south of the border, north of the border, get ready, man. We got some shit in store for y'all, and we coming strong.
We gotta take a trip on north too.
Come on with it. Come on with it. I love to take y'all. You hear that, Pee Wee? They want to come up top so we can ruin their ass. That's what we gonna do. Got to, man.
But hey. That's another segment of Gutha Vizion. My man Big Smooth.
Yes, sir.
Big Gutha from Gutha Vizion. Sponsored by Gutha Wear and Gutha Juice. Alright, peace.
These Gutha mixtapes, the hottest shit on the planet.